Happy sending.
Every time I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer, and the past is gone. It went by like dusk till dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues in life to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin. You got to lose to know how to win. If my life's in books, written pages, live and learn from fools and from sages, you know it's true. And all the things that come back to you, sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me if it's just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Yeah, sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me if it's just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Oh, dream on, dream on, dream on. Dream yourself a dream come true. And dream on, dream on, dream on, dream until your dream comes true. Yeah, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, and dream on, dream on, dream on. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me if it's just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me if it's just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Feel my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start.
They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream.
So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older.
All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost.
So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I
Didn't know I was lost.
I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. I hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans.
Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game that's made for everyone, and love is the prize.
So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older.
All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost.
So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older.
All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost.
I didn't know I was lost. I didn't know I was lost.
Ujjval Busan 09
said, Namaste, sir.
Feel my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start.
Ujjval Busan 09
said, You are on mute, sir.
Well, it's not far down to paradise, at least it's not for me.
Didn't run my normal check, test, check, did I?
Find tranquility,
That's a sad, sad thing.
words can do miracles.
Brrr.
See, believe.
I am on mute, sir. Yeah, thank you as
Ujjval
well.
Busan 09
Said,
I have a new camera. I'm ordering another new camera. I'm ordering a separate microphone. I learned a lot in TwitchCon Paris. I also learned a lot about
09
IRL streaming, which I'm going to take into heart because I need it for my
Just you wait and see, believe.
Marshall Chess Club stream.
Sailing takes me
Has it been 6 months as well?
always heard it could.
I know I've started already, but H3,
Just a dream in a way.
we're at 50. Okay.
Soon I will be
And then, let's see, A4, H4.
it gets the best.
Let's blow this up so everybody can see what I'm looking at. H4, C3. Remember, I want to play 200 games with every first move possible. B4,
Won't you believe?
G4, G3, F3, And that should cover it. So we've got 55, 60, 70 and 70. Then in the G4s we have 75. And the 100s and 40s we don't really need to worry about it.
Well, I am also looking to improve stream and its gears.
TwitchCon was very helpful, I have to admit. I learned a lot from watching other streamers in action. I met Jenny TTY, talked to you. And I haven't posted a lot of those pictures on, I think I'm going to create a separate YouTube Paris Discord to post those to. Actually, I think I can post those already to Paris. Where is it? Do I have a Paris one already? RL tournaments. The tickets have now gone on sale for TwitchCon Vegas. We have to update our daily study assignments, which is going to include more, which are going to include more and more. Oh, we're going the wrong way here. What happened, Karen? Is this always a draw? In this particular position, there was no way to save this. I guess there was no way to save this. Fascinating. Don't worry, Karen. Karen from Armenia. Still a popular name. It is so warm outside that I can't tell what's going on with our windows. We got our wedge.
Don't belong to no one, that's a shame. And you could hide beside me, maybe for a while. And I won't tell no one your name.
So which way do we want to castle?
And I won't tell them your name.
This way. Because we're attacking on this side of the board. Oops.
The scars are souvenirs you never lose. The past is never far. And did you lose your
Don't tell me he's going to be that cooperative. That's craziness. Whoops, I don't have a way of attacking him, actually. That's craziness. Can we afford this? Can we actually afford this?
Tired song keeps playing on the tired radio, and I won't tell no one your name, and I won't tell them your name, yeah, yeah.
I won't tell them your name. Very silly, silly, silly attack on my part, by the way. Absolutely nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Is this true? I'm down a ruck? Down an exchange. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah.
I think about you all the time, but
what am I doing? My opponent is too good. I should be more respectful. Let's find out what went on there. Let's see. Bishop g4, fairly equal. This was very disrespectful. And he missed getting his bishop pair, which is the small advantage that he wanted. Right up to here, everything is relatively good. And then I go from having a slight advantage to playing knight e8. So I missed the entire plan of what to do here. I should just play a6? That seems strange, right? Shouldn't I be placing rooks? Shouldn't I be placing rooks? Seems strange, right? Now, what can I find for a plan here? Obviously, this is part of the study for today. I decided to sack a pawn, which became 2 pawns and then an entire rook. Literally, I had to just start getting my stuff out here. I set up one cheesy tempo hanging a rook, and he chose to hang a knight, and he chose to take a rook. I played like a 900 rated player there. That was a massive, massive slip. Massive slip. Ron is in the house. Good morning, Ron. We do have an amazing new book that we were pushing on the stream just the other day, or on Instagram. Win or lose. Somebody you. I never knew. $25 in today's arena. Do we like this time? We don't have any more set up. for this week. I actually have to set up Fridays. Is that right? Tomorrow's experimental Master Chess Dojo, and for the remainder of the month, right? Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, our next world champion is not. I have to first do when I run out like this. I have to do all of the upcoming world champions. And I think I'm gonna not schedule Wednesdays from now on. That's what I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna take Wednesday off of my schedule. Just too hard. So we will be looking up at our calendar. If you've not already done the calendar, this is the link. I'll be adding more birthdays, editing at least once a month, adding more birthdays. We're up to about, we might be close to 3,000 birthdays. I will let you know in a bit. Let's see if I click on that link. Actually, I have to click on the, one moment. Really? It's Gary Lane's daughter's birthday? My official chess stats. Good morning. But it's still Sicilian month, and we're going to do Understanding the Sicilian soon. We're going to do a massive, massive dive into understanding the Sicilian from both sides. And I'm going to play it with knight c6 mainly because I want to hash out these particular lines as well. And I really just want to get used to this one. Now, can I play e5? Or must I play c takes d4 first? Black is just equal after bishop f5 in this position. This was played by Zhu Wenjun in a little-known game where she won as black. And I learned this from the current women's world chess champion. Now, do I need to put this on a square? I don't know. Let's find out. We're going to play against these pawns. I always wanted to play bishop takes b1 there. and then knight f6 or something else. But is it really necessary? All right, moment of truth time. Is c4 dangerous? That is the question. Or do I need to just castle? Or do I want to play rook to d8? Or am I concerned about this square? Queen to a4 check. Fine. Alone. I do want those pawns to move forward, so this is going to be provoking some weaknesses. For example, let's start tagging those weaknesses. Is that a threat? Go to my lips and hold you tonight. How long I have waited. So long. Always got by on my own. I never really cared until I met you. Till now, just me to the bone. Let's just keep up the threats. For lack of anything better to do. Got all of our pieces in the game. An extraordinary amount of pressure on that pawn, which I can't quite fathom. And now, how do I get you alone? How do I get you alone? I was very tempted to go in this direction, which I'm still tempted to go in. But let's just keep attacking. And attacking some more.
Solve any problem. Why do we lose so many tears? So we go again. When the lead
We really need to look at this one from the beginning. We've really only had one white this tournament? That's crazy.
Can't you see we got everything going on?
Manchester Dojo is black, so Bishop to g4 I've played. I'm 70% with bishop f5, but for all the wrong reasons.
Every time you go away, you take a piece of me with you.
What is the best move here? Let's look at the Masters database, for example.
Maybe you're too close to see.
Wang Yu, Nippon Nishi. That's the Origin game.
Doesn't mean that much to me.
David Howell Wang Yu.
Can't go on saying the same thing. Can't you
Gowan
see
Jones
that
has now joined the bandwagon with bishop f5.
every time you go away,
Those are the three distinct, interesting games. Let's just put these in a study for the most part.
you take a piece of me with you.
Do we have a black repertoire study? Yeah, it's understanding the elephant. Think we have enough studies? Craziness. Where's no 400?
Can't go on saying the same thing. Can't you see we got everything?
Richter attack. 300 chess games.
But every time you go away, you take a piece of me with you.
Revolution in the 70s. Haven't seen that one in a long time.
Every time you go away,
Best lesson games.
you take a piece of me with you.
Alright, fine. Create a study. And this is going to be C3 antidotes. How about silver bullets?
I heard that you're settled down, that you
Married now, I'm married now.
I heard that your dreams came true. Yes, she gave you things I didn't give to
Alright, we're back. At least it tells us that we're in the game now on the main page. Hold on, we need H3.
Ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face, that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find
Someone like you.
I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it
So do I want to weaken my dark squares? Is H6 going to be a good move in these lines? I do have to play a Queen's Gambit decline. That's what my plan is.
Yesterday was a time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise.
So what do we need in this particular position? What do we really need? We're playing H3 as white.
Uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face, that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't
someone like you. I wish nothing but the best of you.
Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes
Now,
it hurts instead.
what is going on here? If you're not already a member of the Discord, please join. I know we've had a few members come and go that I don't know where. We had a huge number pop up, but I don't know if that was Lee Chess TV or what. But basically, I am FIDE trainer and National Master John MacArthur. Please subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. We did pop up to 382 yesterday, and this is our 600th video today. This is our 600th video. I'm very whited out. I don't know if the Elgato changes the lighting. Does anybody know if the Elgato changes the lighting?
Which volt bus in 09?
Let's try to white balance this.
Great, keep going.
It is our 600th video. It's crazy, right? Alexa, turn on Master Chess. I see what's going on. I've got the white out to a certain extent because I have no light behind me. It's strange how that works. My opponent just ran out of time? What's up with that? What's up with that? H3. The power of H3. Insane. They're looking for lines where they don't play bishop to g5 as white. Is that crazy? Are there any arenas after this where we can continue our incremental progress, or do we have to actually do 3-0 Super Blitz? There's like literally no increment coming up. Up 3+2, but you have to play the lion defense? I guess it's appropriate for a thematic arena. You have some increment. It's quite crazy that I've done 600 YouTube videos. And I need to get on there and just edit them and start deleting them. That's what I need to do. I need to just start cleaning house. But I really need to improve my subscriber base on YouTube somehow. The thing I don't like or did not like was the quality of the image. For me personally, it's very grainy on YouTube, as it turns out. We'll be posting in the Discord, by the way, in the Paris Twitch. I'm going to post every image that I took while in France. How about that? And people can ask questions about it. Paris TwitchCon stuff is available.
Don't
I haven't checked my content to see if I have a TwitchCon badge. Believe it or not. In my achievements.
That was it, right?
Cool, yeah, we got it.
That was a great one.
Cool, thanks everyone.
We could have had it all. All rolling in the deep.
We do need a new follow. If you haven't followed yet, please hit the follow button. Let's start with this game. Oh, a little one-sided. Let's go to the next game. Lion Baruto as white against a much stronger player. I don't know what the black player did to deserve this. The stone wall. King's Indian defense. Doesn't look like black has a plan. He's moving a little too fast for this time control. But okay. Black is just winning, so what could possibly go wrong, right? Let's just simplify. Oh, that will challenge your playing ability. The Botez Gambit accepted. Not good, folks. Not good at all. I don't recommend the Botez Gambit, by the way. Just a heads up. Blishnak. Looks like trouble. Not enough time to Zug. Now we're talking. What? Alright, let's just take a look at this end game. We have to guard this pawn, right? That's the story? We have to guard this pawn. So knight to c7. Knight to d8. We're just winning as black, by the way. We are just winning. I repeat, we are just winning as black. There's like no way to break through here. Even if he tries this move, we take, he takes, we can even check. This king takes and this pawn queens. So it's like the king and pawn ending is winning. Was knight c3 so slow that we can't just... Well, that wasn't recommended. Black always wants to recapture with the e-pawn. What white needs to do is play queen to c2, and then threaten to play e takes d5, and with queen to c2 in, if black plays a move like knight on b to d7, this capture must be met by c takes, and then that pawn will be hanging. Does everyone see that, understand that? Does it make sense? So white wants to refrain from c takes d5 until black is forced to recapture with the c pawn rather than the e pawn. Wow.
Red cups and sweaty bodies everywhere. hands in the air like we don't care. Cause we came to have so much fun now. Got somebody here, might be the one now.
If you're not ready to go home, can I get a hell no? Cause we're gonna go all night till we see the sunlight, alright.
So la-da-dee-da-dee, we like to party, dancing you and me, doing whatever we want. And this is our house, and this is our rules, and
We don't stop. No, we won't stop.
Can't you see it's we who own the night?
Can't you see it's we who about that life?
And we can't stop. And
We won't stop.
we run things, things don't run. We
don't take nothing from nobody. Yeah, yeah. To my homegirls just tryna live it up, shaking it like they can't get enough.
Do I have enough?
God can judge us.
So if knight takes c6, bishop takes.
memories made till the night's through, surrounded by the ones who love you. We all so turned up here, getting turned up, yeah.
So la-da-dee-da-dee, we like to party, dancing you and me, doing whatever we want.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is our rules.
And we can't
Can't stop. And we won't stop.
Can't you see it's we who own the night?
Can't you see it's we who about that life?
And we
Can't stop. And we won't stop.
We run things, things don't run. We don't take nothing from nobody. Yeah, yeah. It's our party, we can do what we want to. It's our house, we can love who we want to.
It's our song, we can sing if we want to. It's my mouth, I can say what I want to.
Ooh.
And we can't stop.
And we won't stop.
Can't you see it's we who own the night?
Esme, Lika, good morning. How did I know that he was going to do that?
And we won't stop.
Such a strange move.
Things, things don't run. We
Such a strange move.
nobody. Yeah, yeah. It's our party, we can do what we want to. It's our house, we can love who we want
Can't you see it's
to.
we who own the night? Can't you see it's we who about that life?
It's our song, we can sing if we want to. It's my mouth, I can say what I want to.
Things don't run, we.
'Cause we can't stop.
And we won't stop. Yeah, yeah. You're helping. You're not making things any better here.
Oh, thinking about all our younger years. There was only you and me.
You were young and wild and free.
Now
Nothing can take you away from me.
we've
Been on that road before. It's older now. We'll be coming back for more.
And baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms,
Really?
I'm finding it hard to believe.
So takes.
And love is all that I need. And I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see. We're in heaven.
Oh, once in your life you found someone
You're a good player, sir.
who will turn your world.
I was enjoying that game up until I wasn't.
You up when you're feeling down.
So my F5s are very low, right? Let's see here. I've only played 16 F5s. All right, let's get that up there. BB Wit chess, Momo chess.
And baby, you're all that I want when you're lying here in my arms.
The black is better here. All of this looks good.
We're in heaven.
And not Queen F6, huh? But Knight D7? That's a real move. Ah, because I can take on F4. And then I take on D2. I'm just up a piece, so he has no good discoveries with the knight. I believe that I have passed on this before, by the way. So if white castles, then knight takes, d takes, bishop c7, and that pawn is a permanent weakness.
I'll be standing there by you.
And now for something completely different. What is the assessment there? Rook takes f1, I'm up a pawn. King f1, ed5,
09.
bishop e6, yeah.
Redeeming K points.
I'm finding it hard to be.
Oh yeah,
We're in heaven.
now we're talking. But you should be studying. I would like you to study one complete world champion, 64 games of one particular world champion. I'm going to see what I can do to put up 64 videos on one world champion. 64 is white and 64 is black after that. Just to get a touch of how they play and try to help all of my students that have had the same struggle that all of us go through. I don't know why white needed to play that move. Because now we're worse. Why did white need to make a capture here? Like, we were actually doing really, really well up until we captured that. Does everybody understand that? We captured, and now we have to find some tedious moves to be equal. So king to c2, king c5, king to c3, and it's equal again. But it was a much easier equal without that. This is our third h3 of the day. We're hoping to get 5 of them in. I can't play the Dutch. Or can I? But, from here, my dear, nowhere but up. From here. Now, does the terrace defense work as white? And it looks like we're getting the terrace defense much more easily than we normally would. Now we can go with the semi-terrace. So it's going to be a thing. With the move 8-6 in, is it useful? From here, my dear, nowhere but up. From here. We're looking for Ujwal. Good luck, sir. This should be our third H3.
Baby, we were underground. We're on the surface now. We're gonna make it, boy. I promise.
If you believe in love and you believe in us,
We can go nowhere
But from here, my dear.
Baby, we can go nowhere but
Looks like we're getting overworked.
we got to fear.
we'll take you to the sky, past the moon, to the galaxy. As long as you're with me, baby. Honestly, with the strength of our love, we can go nowhere.
We can go nowhere,
From here, my dear.
my dear. Baby, we can go nowhere but
So, Queen A5 check, knight to C3. Bishop takes B5. Queen takes F6. Or do we just take the free pizza? Looks like it's a lot easier just to play it this way.
I remember when we broke up the first time, saying this is it, I've had enough. Because we
Okay,
haven't
pasa.
seen each other in a month. When you said you needed space, then you come around again and say, baby, I miss you and I swear I'm gonna change. Trust me, remember how that lasted for a day. I say I hate you, we break up, you call me, I love you.
called it off again last night, but this time I'm telling you, we are never
Ever
getting back together. We are never
As long as I get castled, I will be happy here.
You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. But we
Whoops, we don't want to lose our queen, do we? Getting back together.
Really gonna miss you picking fights and me falling for it, screaming that I'm right. And you'll hide away and find your peace of mind. But I know that this just isn't right.
called it off again last night, but this time I'm telling you, we are never getting back together, and we are never getting back together.
I don't want to allow any funny business here.
Friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. But we are never getting back together.
I used to think
That we were forever,
Ever used to think.
never say never.
we never ever
Getting back together.
we are never
Ever.
getting back together.
You go talk to your
Can I really do this to the poor guy?
talk to me, but we are never
Getting back together.
Getting back together. Getting back together, and we
I'm about to run out of time.
getting back together.
I've run out of time in so many games where I've been winning. It's absolutely ridiculous, Moneypenny.
And those he plays never suspect.
Absolutely ridiculous.
He doesn't play for the money he wins. He don't play for
Oh my.
respect. He deals the cards to find the answer. The sacred geometry of chance. The hidden law of a probable outcome. The numbers lead a dance. I know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. I know that the clubs are weapons of war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart.
Oh, I missed my chance to just take the pawn for free, huh?
He may play the jack of diamonds. He may lay the queen of spades. He may conceal a king in his hand while the memory of it fades. I know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. I know that the clubs are weapons of war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art, but
That's just the shape of my heart.
That's not the shape of my heart.
Basically, whenever you're confronted with an unusual position, you have to have an innate understanding of the fundamentals. You must go with your gut in the absolute heart of the fundamental principles. Follow through. Be strong. Get the job done.
If I told her that I loved you, you'd maybe think there's something wrong.
Get the job done was the message of that last one.
Of too many faces, the mask I wear is one. But those who speak know nothing and find out to their cost. Like those who
Ron, good morning, sir.
too many places,
Our fourth H3 of the day.
fear a loss.
Couldn't think of a more appropriate person to hit with.
Are the swords of a soldier. I know that the clubs are
Okay,
weapons of
I'll take it.
war.
I'll bite.
I know that diamonds mean money for this art, but
That's
not
just the shape of my heart.
That's not the shape of my heart. That's not the shape.
I think he missed his chance here. Ron is playing. His natural move level is not as strong as my natural move level. That's awkward, right? Ron's natural move level. Not as natural.
You must think that I'm stupid. You must think that I'm a fool.
Can I go this way?
You must think that I'm new to this, but I've seen this all before. I'm never gonna let you close to me, even though you mean the most to me. 'Cause every time I open up it hurts. So I'm never gonna get too close,
He is on to me.
even when I mean the most to you. In case you go and leave me in
He is on to me, folks. He understood what I was going to be doing.
the less that I cry. And every time
Every
stand a chance. It's sad, but it's true.
Holy 14970.
Said. Good morning, John. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, Oli. Mr. World of Tanks, how are you?
I know you're thinking I'm heartless. I know you're thinking I'm cold. But I'm
It is great to see you, Oli.
my innocence. I'm just protecting myself.
All right, we're just gonna start rerouting ourselves.
Let you close to me, even though you mean the most to me. 'Cause every time I open up, it hurts. So I'm never gonna get too close to you, even when I mean the most to you. In case you go
Holy
and leave me in
14970.
the dirt.
Said.
But every time you
THX, I am fine. Hope you too.
less than
I'm not to cry.
and every time you leave me, the quicker this tears dry. And every time you walk out, the less I love you. Baby, we don't stand a chance.
Did I have another move?
Sad, but it's true.
I don't think so.
Too good at goodbyes. I'm
Way too good at goodbye. I'm way too good.
see me cry.
Holy 14970.
I'm way too good at goodbyes.
Master Chess Dojo, way too kind, sir. Thank you very much.
No, 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 no.
Oh no 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 no. Oh.
No way that you'll see me cry. I'm way too good at goodbyes. 'Cause
Every time I walk on your side.
and every time you leave,
Where are you going, sir?
got these tears to dry. And every time you walk out, the less I love you. Baby, we don't stand a chance.
Let's pretend like you're not attacking me. How about that?
I'm way too good at goodbyes.
Let's just pretend like you're not attacking me, and we'll just continue grabbing the space on that side of the board.
Holy 14970.
Said. John, unfortunately, an US girl adopted me. Still can't believe it.
What? Which one, sir? It's not such a bad idea to be adopted, though, is it? Can I just step aside? I don't know.
Holy 14970.
Said. She is much stronger as I thought I lost.
Really? How strong could she be? Let's just throw this one in here. For the most part, let's just throw this one in.
Holy
You took that way?
14970.
Alright, well we have to take the gate and material here.
Never beat her yet, and we play almost games.
Oh, I see. Fine. We're going to relocate our pieces to this side of the board. Where are you going, sir? What does it all mean? Cheese. Oh no. Oh no. Can't believe you'd do that to me, Ron. Can I survive this? Am I just getting mated? Can't believe I took that totally winning position to the loss. What? Can you believe I took that totally winning position to the loss? What did I disrespect you on, sir? I deserve that. There was so much time left in that game too. A US girl, you're gonna have to message me separately to tell me who this is. It's not the LA girl who's a Canadian girl, is it? So yeah, knight f6 check. So e takes f6 is probably a little rambunctious, but I mean, g takes f6, g6, a3. Fine. This is all good. I could just move my king. But all this is good. Even rook to c1 is okay. I'm sure f4 is good too. So b takes a3, knight to c6, queen takes b5 is the lemon. So any move other than what I played.
She is born in LA but lives in NC now.
Lives in North Carolina now.
Oli 14970.
Said. Her rating is over.
Oli 14970.
Well, that doesn't mean anything at chess.com. So she lives in North Carolina. She's born in LA. But I'm thinking of all the emigrated Russian players for the most part. But she's not a streamer. Or she is a streamer. The first one that I thought of was, you know, the one that amazes me most in her strength for a US player is Jules Gambit. But Ron, I had another question for you. I know you can't be on this.
Said, no she isn't, but I think she streamed one time.
Well, because I know all the US players, so I'm like racking my brain as to who it could be from Los Angeles. And she is, the 2200 is skewing my imagination. I don't think she's that strong. Is she a title player? This is like a riddle. So I'm actually up 2 rating points still after the 7 Blitz games. Is that crazy? This is round 8. I might get my 5th and final H3 in today. Alright, Mommy. See what we're willing to do here.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn.
I just have a lot of faith in this particular position.
Like the way it hurts.
We're going to play this.
Holy 14970.
Said, I think she never played in a club only just for fun.
'Cause I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
Whoa,
I
love the way you lie. Whoa.
So maybe
I can't believe my opponent played H3.
I try to run, but I don't wanna ever leave till the walls are going up in smoke with all a memory.
That's so unusual, sir.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn, but that's alright because
Holy
I like the
14970.
way it hurts.
Said, she is very self-confident and said she would easy get WFM title but she has less time.
That's alright because I love the way you lie.
Nice placement of the Hannah Says emote, by the way. Love the way you lie. Whoa.
I love the way you lie. Whoa. I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
Holy 14970.
Said, Hannah plays in Valencia ATM like other streamers too.
I know, I talked to her about it. I actually talked to her about her trip throughout Europe, and I knew that was where Eric Rosen was going too, but I couldn't exactly remember the city.
Holy 14970.
Said, Valencia, Spain.
So when Eric Rosen goes, where am I headed to in his tweet or his Instagram post, my instant reply was Spain. This was going to be my choice, by the way. Pardon my language here. As far as the taking advantage of in the night of a restless longing for some.
Holy 14970.
Said, wish I could go there and support the girls.
Why can't you? It's actually, what is it, an 8-hour drive? How far is it to Valencia from where you are? Driving wise. That's the race down in Africa. Let's see how this sub goal starts. Do you see the sub goal? I don't see the sub goal, but we do need more subs on YouTube. That doesn't cost anyone a thing, by the way. If you've not yet subbed on YouTube, you can do an incredibly amazing amount of good by adding to our stats. Now let's see what was happening in this particular game that we were just playing. We were black. Against knight f3, the move that I've played the least is g6. Basic. Can you believe that I have won? With the e5 and bullet. Basically, I play e5. I have a 60% winning score with e5. White plays g3 and I play e4. And they play bishop g2. Exactly. That one is pretty incredible, I have to admit. That is playing by the book. So for example, don't play natural moves. Natural moves often lead to natural disasters. You can see how I've actually clobbered people with this. I am, believe it or not, after knight f3, 58% with the black pieces. Crazy. Natural moves lead to natural disasters. Always think. Sunshiny day. That's crazy though. No one, absolutely no one, should be so here we go. H6, knight c3, huh? d4 doesn't work when we're a move up. Why should it work now?
Only 14970.
Maybe it does work when we move up. Maybe that's why they play e4. 1900 kilometers. That's 12, almost 13 hours drive. Good morning, Paul 184. How are you, sir? And this was just a horrible move. This is played without thinking. Another natural move that was played without thinking.
I'm doing well. I just got back from Tennessee last night.
Were you moving from Tennessee?
Only 14970.
Said. With car HRS says Michelin.
Oh, that's true. At 19 hours, yeah, but 88 to 90 at 100 miles per hour, kilometers per hour.
Said. I'm moving to Tennessee.
Did you accept a job with anybody? Right, this is our last H3 of the day. We can now drive 55 with H3. So how does this work?
Fall 1 4.
Said. No, I'm retired. I just want to get away from New Jersey and get to a better state.
Get to a better state. Such a thing exists. Apart.
Tell me your secrets and ask
Answer
me your
questions.
Oh, let's go back to the start. Running in circles, coming up tails, heads on a sides apart.
Nobody said it was easy.
Oh, it's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said
It is Pillsbury, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It is Pillsbury. It's good that I didn't know it was Pillsbury before. I might have played a little differently. Back to the start.
I was just guessing the numbers and figures, pulling your puzzles.
I want to do this anyway.
Fall 1v4.
Said. Does he play like Pillsbury?
Science and progress do not speak as loud as my heart.
And tell me you love me and come back and haunt me. Oh, when I rush to the start, running in circles, chasing a tails, coming back as we are.
So can I play anything at all funny here?
Oh, it's such a shame for us
To part. Nobody said it was easy. Nobody ever said it would be so hard. I'm going back to the start. Oh, oh,
Oh, take me back to the start. Oh, take us back to the start.
yeah. Takes.
Would you know
Takes.
my name
If I saw you in heaven, would you be the same? All right, I'm game. So takes.
and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong
Here in heaven. So you've got that and that.
If I saw you in heaven, would you help me stay? If
I saw you in heaven.
I'll find my way through night and day.
I don't get it.
'Cause I know I just can't stay
Here in heaven. I was worried about that move. Yeah? But the bishop's not guarding it.
Time can bring you down, time can bend your knee.
That was a much needed win over Pillsbury. And it brought up my H3 score nicely.
Have you begging, please, begging, please.
I'm wondering if that sound doesn't come out in a different location, since it doesn't come out on stream. So we now have 55 H3s and 55 H4s. We're using our erasable stats reminder so that I can actually update it without wasting paper.
This piece, I'm sure
That is quite crazy that we got there, right?
there'll be no more tears in heaven.
That was a huge, huge victory for me. Whether or not I was passed by Indian Master Anji. Indian Master Anji played well, I'm sure.
Would you know my name
That's a good question if he plays the Pillsbury.
if I saw you in heaven?
Is the speech chat not working?
If I saw you in
Let's test that again.
I must
Did you say you were moving to Knoxville, Paul? I have fond memories of that. For some reason, I feel like that was what we'd discussed.
I don't belong
706.
here in heaven. 'Cause I know I don't belong here in heaven.
International Chess Day Arena. That's an idea. Wow, we gained 14 rating points today. That's crazy. What was our last study in? Oh yeah, Silver Bullet study.
Folk said.
Those crazy nights I do remember in my youth.
Somebody said something.
Raiders proud.
So, now we're trapped in a fisher's mind battling his own private army.
Good morning, Rogan. How are you, everyone? I am B-Day trainer and National Master John MacArthur. Welcome to the stream. I feel like the music is a little loud. What do you think? Let's turn down the music just a little bit. Maybe that's why no one's talking, trying to talk over that.
Long time no see.
Elmars, good morning, sir.
Said. Music is fine.
Elmer's no good.
Elmars, no chess, thank you for the follow. Now that's interesting. We didn't get our follower alert box. What's up with that? No follower alert box. Dude. the memories never fade away.
So now we're trapped.
So we got the Raiders.
Private army, and if we get killed, we'll be lost in limbo till our brains start to scramble.
Furry-footed nerf herder.
This nation owes you.
There we go. Oh, you know what it is? Elmar's No Chess had followed before. And he re-followed just now. And furry-footed nerf herder brought us to 2340. Very nice of you, sir. Very nice of you. Welcome. I also request, if you could, sub to the YouTube channel. That would be great. We have 382. We're working our way to 400.
Good luck, sir. I am going to continue rapid chess on stream.
Absolutely. But we're also going to be learning here as well. So this move was introduced to me, at least, by the current women's world champion, Zhu Wenchang. When I was doing a study of her games with a student, I began prepping for her and against her as a part of a model opening repertoire. Basically, if you take the games of a world champion, you can model their opening repertoire and weed your way through the fine tooths and cracks of a lot of openings if you just pay attention to what's going on here. Now, as it turns out, the most significant game that she took this game from was a Nepo game, where Nepo played Knight A3. This seems like a perfectly logical move, but for the fact that after C takes D4, Knight to B5, we can simply just castle as black. And after C takes D4, we get to wallop white with E5. So it's like this, then that, then this, then that. It's a very violent defense. You wouldn't think that the reversed Jobava London without a D4 pawn would be so good for black against the C3 Sicilian with white. I mean, black is actually winning 90% of the games against the most natural move, Knight C3. 83% of the time. Listen like this, like against Gregory Kaidanov. Even Gowan Jones joined in the bandwagon here. Basically, after Queen A4, Gowan Jones, I believe, against Nepo, Bishop to B4 was played. But Gowan Jones actually just tried E takes D4, and this looks pretty good too. Like, what is white really threatening? Knight takes A7 check? Seriously? Because after Knight takes A7, Knight takes A7, Queen takes A7, there's still absolutely nothing threatened with white so underdeveloped that we have choices of Queen to E4 check, Bishop to B4 check. This actually looks the most fatal, doesn't it? Doesn't want his queen on that square, does he? What happens on Queen A8 check? Do we just ignore what's happening here, folks? I mean, is there any way to stop me? Queen is hanging, mate is hanging, so Queen A8 check is no good. And what this is all about, by the way, I mean, black castling, and everyone here should know about the inherent benefits of castling. After all, castling brings the rooks to the center of the board, and if your opponent doesn't get castled, you will open up lines and go after your opponent's uncastled king in the center with your newly found extra extra material. Stronger players get the rook to the right squares faster and better than their opponents. So what is the threat? Is there a threat at all? 97? Yeah, there is no threat. We're just up a piece. Ouch, removing the old defender, eh? And there are no more threats. Mate is threatened on the first rank. Everything is covered on this side. That's being threatened. So even if we were to try rook to e1, I mean, the back rank weakness has to be attended to. So, I mean, what is there really to accomplish in this position? Is this a nice fork? Possibly. We have the fork attacking two pieces. We have threats. Hard to believe we're up two pieces in this position as black. So, for the most part, my opponent played bishop to e3. And Vachier-Lagrave chose that move against Krysenkov. Korobov. David Navarro played knight f6. Knight f6 seems to be the most natural move, but castle seems to be yielding the most results. Let's see what happens if we castle. What could possibly go wrong? Is it just that no one strong has played the white side of this particular position? It's hard to believe, right? International Chess Day, I tell you. I mean, this is just a natural continuation. So what else can white play? White could play bishop to e2. And we're looking for guidance from Wang Hao, but I don't see it over here. But against a natural move like bishop e2, which is what I have faced as well, c takes d4. Best performing move. Seems a little anxious, right? After c takes d4, let's go with Gowan Jones, British champion Gowan Jones here on this one. So after c takes d4, this is where bishop takes b1 comes in. And after rook takes b1, I have actually played queen takes a2 myself, but I don't think that it's so useful. Hard to believe that it's so useful. Right? D30 Sicilian defense, old Sicilian. Don't even get a You don't even get an elephant out of it. Aronin chose e6. Gowan Jones chose e6. Ni Hua. Let's also insert Ni Hua, see what's going on here. So after white castles, Ni Hua chose bishop d6. Gowan Jones chose knight f6. And literally we have a much better position here on the whole. Hard to say which move is best. Both moves are absolutely equal. Knight f6, knights before bishops, to be honest. So b4 looks like the most pressing move. Lauren DaCosta played bishop d6. Fair enough. I trust Lauren DaCosta. He's a good grandmaster. So white has to follow through. Now black just keeps blockading the e5 square. Is there anything to be afraid of here? Well, Kashlinskaya. Why knight to d2? That is the question. Why not knight e5?
Paul 1-4.
Said, I don't like using the queen to block a pawn.
But the queen is almost invulnerable. It's true that we do have to worry about this. So therefore knight f5 is perfectly logical. Marta Bartel. I wonder if it's any relation to Tommy Bartel. Aha, Lauren DaCosta chose to yeah, it chose knight f5. I have not played I.M. Bartel, but I've known Tommy Bartel since he was a really young player, just like Kostya and those guys. Basically, they're all roughly the same age. In fact, I saw Tommy Bartel playing somewhere recently, and I didn't recognize him in the crowd. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Said, he played in the Maryland.
Wow, wow, wow. This is just so brutal. King to g1, and we're still threatened with mate and b2 as well. So we're picking up our pizza. Now the bishop's hanging, the rook's hanging, the back rank mate is hanging. Basically, we have to keep this covered, so check. And we also have, even if this were a threat, we might be able to just play this move, threatening mate in 2. Mate in 3. Check, check, checkmate. That looks like it should be just, maybe not. Rook on d to d2 is probably the most aggressive move. I see. Yeah, rook on d to d2. Rook on b to b1 is also devastating. F4 check. Check. Now we can resume our regularly scheduled programming. Meanwhile, he chose rook to d6 straight away. But I like that rook on the back rank to threaten those mates, but he chose rook to d6 immediately. Now he went back. There's just no stopping me. It may look like you can stop me. There's no way through. It's almost a pawn promotion exercise. Check. Check. In any event, going back to the beginning of this, bishop to e3. Knight a3 was played by Nepo. What did David Howell choose? I didn't get to see what David Howell chose. David Howell chose knight a3 as well. Igor Rausis against Navarra chose bishop to e3. So let's see, after bishop to e3, Mosienko chose knight f6, and Navarra chose knight f6. So knight f6 is definitely a recommended grandmaster move. If we're matching wits with grandmasters, knight f6 offers the greatest amount of opportunity, but castle's queen side looks extremely practical. Extremely practical. But it wasn't just the Maryland Open that I saw Tommy Bartel playing in. I felt like I saw him somewhere internationally playing recently. Say what you need to say. 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 Say what you need to say.
Fall 1e4.
Said. Well, the Maryland Open was in late April, so I'm sure he has played since then. I have been busy preparing for my move.
Indeed. So let's look at knight f6. What was the thing that I was most concerned about with knight f6? Was I concerned about c4? I was concerned about the move c4. That's why I played c takes d4. Alberto David just played his queen back to d8. Queen back to d7 also does pretty well. Mosienko, he's really been on the black side of some of these. So queen to d7, d5. This does eliminate a lot of random counterplay by not having the queen on d8. But I am concerned about knight to e5. Knight to e5 looks like the most annoying move in the world. Just like the Rihanna song by the same name. The most annoying girl in the world. We need more Rihanna covers. Is it possible to get more Rihanna covers? That's what's missing in our stream. We're going to have to look for those. It's not because of you. Wow. Try. Black won this game. This is a really terrific game. So Black sacrificed the queen for 2 minor pieces. Even though this is not that believable, even after knight to d6. White is doing better this whole game. So let's see what's happening here. Knight to d7. Queen to d6. Had to be played. And in this particular position, now we can play knight d7 and there is no d6, but we do have to worry about bishop f4. However, you just have to be extremely tall. Wow, white just gave it all away there. This is the most natural move. Wow. This is craziness, folks.
Subscribers that watch, like, comment, and share my videos. If you want to support me, you can become one of my patrons
Nerves
on Patreon or use PayPal option.
of steel.
Down below. Even if you can't support with just $1, it will be a big help for me to keep doing what I'm doing. Without your support, it wouldn't be possible for me to create these videos.
It's true, you should follow Alyona Yoroshina.
Johnny Yarnjuker
said, "Oh my, this looks absolutely terrifying."
Doesn't it? This is incredible. Johnny, how are you? Where are you? How did you finish in the Paris Championship, sir? No, this is absolutely incredible. But look at this position, right? I'm playing a novelty Johnny that I learned from what Ju and Jun many years ago, working with a top female student. She is a candidate master now, and she became 2000 relatively quickly. And another student of mine who doesn't believe in himself is just trailing right behind her. And I have to push him up. So bishop f5 is the key move. Basically, I learned it from Ju Wen-jun. I don't see her game in the choices in the Lead Chess database.
Johnny Yarnjuker
said, "I'm doing great, fantastic to see you again. Sadly the championships didn't go too well for me. Win, draws, losses, but no change in rating."
5 draws? What came about in the 5 draws, though?
Said, "Relatively quickly, hearing that phrase makes me feel like a failure."
No. No. No, Paul 184. I say relatively quickly because kids don't have to pay rent. Kids don't have to choose, you know, whether or not we have enough groceries from the store to make it through the following week. Kids don't have to worry about whether or not the bozo at the office is going to drive us nuts. But now that you're retired, Paul 184, which I did not realize, we should set up something. How about that? I believe that with a good amount of steady work on a subscription program. I've changed my Zoom program, by the way, everybody, to being one flat fee for the month, and we try to see each other as often as possible.
I was completely winning but missed AM and AM. Sadly the concentration just wasn't quite there.
You do, Johnny, do you do, by the way, Johnny was with me in Blitz Society, and Johnny wasn't here earlier, but I'm going to post all of my pictures on Discord, by the way. I'm going to post all of my pictures in the Paris TwitchCon section on Discord just because that's the best place for them. All the videos and all of my friends' trip. Enjoy the Discord for that. That way, because I'm backlogged on Instagram. There are too many photos. I can't get them all up.
Said. Amazing instantly joining.
But I haven't seen you streaming lately. I just have to give you a quick shout out since I don't have any mods to do the job. Let's make sure I don't misspell your name. That's the number one thing. Only one N in Johnny. Got it. Did I get it? No, I failed. Failed miserably. What did I do? What did I do? MJUK.
Johnny
Only
the
one.
Orange Hooker.
Said. Haha, don't worry about it. I streamed days ago but got incredibly sick after that.
Really? Hope you're feeling okay, buddy. That's not cool. So if you've not yet followed Johnny, I'm just going to make sure that I am. I believe I already am. Yes, there we go. A few days ago,
Johnny the Orange Hooker.
Said.
it's true.
Guessing it's just me being tired after my flight, haha.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I was completely wiped out on my return, by the way. Completely wiped out.
Johnny the Orange Hooker.
Said. Oh no, hope the flight went smoothly though.
So, now we're trapped in
Indeed it did. Uswal Bashin.
Kill.
Have
We'll be lost
joined.
in limbo till our brains turn to scrambled egg.
Let's see if I have a pre-made one for him. There we go. Thank you for the raid. By the way, I am 2-day trainer and national master John MacArthur. Got to throw those things in there. If you've not yet followed the channel, please hit the follow button. And we run a regular calendar of events. Although this morning I'm moving them back a half an hour. We have about 3,000 minimum.
Stream, sir.
Were you streaming the whole time as well when you were in earlier? I apologize for not giving you a shout out. I'm completely out of sync after having come back from Paris. I missed a stream yesterday. I stream every single day, usually at the same time, whether I'm a little late or not.
Fishbowl bus in 09.
Said. It's okay, sir.
Completely understandable. But yeah, I mean, it's just this possibility of playing this is just so powerful. Can't believe that Ju went John, whoever she played it against. So Bishop E3, I chose C takes D4 because I was concerned about the move C4. But apparently, all the good players play Knight F6.
Johnny the Orange Hooker.
And if C4 occurs... Oh, namaste, Johnny. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate your support. We're going to help you become a better player, too. So you said you were totally winning, but you had lost concentration. I apologize for losing my train of thought there. And the hard part for me was deciding between Queen D7 and Queen D8 in this position. This position didn't occur in my game. If I go to the Lead Chess player database, you'll see that I don't allow this to happen as black. I have had this position as black 4 times, and I've won every single time. I played C takes D4, I played Bishop takes B1, and I even castled queenside to just not worry about it. So this is like the reverse Jobava London against the C3 Sicilian, if you can imagine, right? We have C5, but the moment they play C3, I call this the silver bullet, Johnny, because anytime I repeat, anytime your opponent cannot put a knight on c3, you can usually answer with d5.
Said. Oh wow, haha, that's quite interesting.
So you don't have to worry about anything in the center. This happens in everything that you should ever know about. In the common e4, e5 games, for example, in the Scotch Gambit or in the two knights defense, if white cannot put a knight on c3, you have options of playing d5 in this position, for example, because you don't have to worry about any pressure. So it's not just there, it's like you're always looking for d5 in a lot of these positions. Wow, bishop to b4 check is thought to be really good for black here. No wonder nobody plays the Scotch Gambit. I'm sure Fabiano would play this in a heartbeat, since he is a Silicon Valley disciple. Let's put it that way, he's a Silicon Valley disciple. So after e5, d5, we're just enjoying this too much.
Bert said. Is it wrong-headed to think of pushes like that as Catalan cubes?
Catalan cubes. Catalan cubes. Are you talking about the pawn square?
That Gambit's Aaron T played at the highest level.
I believe that everyone must experience the gambit level of play, because the truth is that the gambits are all equal. The fact that you release the tension in the position
Yes, the pawn square.
gives up so much, right? So this position is so deadly, death-defyingly equal. Let's go back to that one, for example. So here, anytime any white does anything at all unusual, we just play d5. The computer likes e takes f4 just because it's a free pawn, but we're giving up all of the tension in the center, and it's just not worth it. It's really not worth it to give up that much tension in the center. So the tension is what I like to call the tug of war. And then recently in a chess camp for a class, the kids asked, what's a tug of war? Like nobody in the United States, maybe because the word war is associated with it, understood tug of war. This is where you have 4 to 5 people. You saw it in Squid Game, where they're on either side of a rope and they have to drag the flag, which is in the center, over a certain point. Like there's a point where it starts, and then there's a point, a borderline on either side of the flag. If one team brings that flag in the tug of war with the rope, they try to pull the rope with the flag in the center their way. And in the chess game, this tug of war is the rope of tension. I know, right? We're really old, right? No, an increasing number have not played tug of war. They just don't do it anymore. I don't know why. It's a perfectly well-coordinated strength game, as you saw in Squid Game. Squid Game, it was an amazing display of strategy and technique for tug of war. But the tension in the position is that tug of war. Let's look at a game where white and black do get a lot of tension, defending and attacking the e5 square, for example. Now threatening the e5 pawn. Now to give up the tension, this would be giving up the tension, and there's like no way to win this position in many respects. It's even better for black because he has the bishop pair and all of the pawns have gone from the center. So literally you just gave away. Oh, that's true. You could also go, because if you just had a normal rope, like a strong jump rope, you're dragging the front person across the middle. I forgot about that.
Ball 1 and 4.
Said. I have a terrible record against the exchange Rui Lopez.
Okay, so your opponents are probably playing it the proper way, with castles, right? Interestingly enough, I really prefer queen to d6, queen to f6, or bishop to d6 in this position. When I was youthful, I always liked the line where we get the sacrifice. This was one of my earliest games of chess personally. I actually experienced this on the white side, and I learned about time in chess. Okay, I'm going to turn off all this stuff here so we don't get the wrong idea.
I play BD.
You play bishop d6? Then I would go with queen f6 and castle's queenside. I would switch you to queen f6 and castle's queenside. It's much easier to play.
My EP that I put out last year called Speedruns, and it's all video game music covers. You can download it.
Connor Extra Music, by the way,
this song
with that Tetris theme epic metal cover. Connor Extra Music. Now we're going to go to one of my favorite songs of all time by REO Speedwagon, brought to you by the Lexington Lab Band. So here's where I was for Johnny Mercure. I learned about time in chess the hard way. This was perhaps, I don't know if it was my first tournament ever, I think it was.
Said. If the Q goes to F, what about the N?
The knight often goes to G6. You're actually shifting the queen over to G6 yourself anyway to put pressure on these things. We'll take a look at that. You're basically playing up and over. The queen lift and shift is what I call it. Everyone should be aware of several piece relocation tools. There's the famous one in the Ruy Lopez where the knight goes to D2 to F1 to G3 or E3 in order to reach these squares. This is a common piece relocation technique. And you just have to be aware of these common piece relocation techniques. And they're introduced in some openings and they're played quite often. Another one in other openings is bishop to G4, bishop to H5, bishop to G6 to combat White's bishop on D3 in the London system, basically. In the London system, when White plays bishop D3, you'll always have options of playing bishop to G4, bishop H5, and bishop G6 to refute that. That's a common piece relocation technique as well. And in the Ruy Lopez, you have the common piece relocation technique with the knight going to E3 or G3. Bobby Fischer even perfected it further with knight H2, knight G4, and then diving in here. From his 60 memorable games, I remember this knight on B1 literally going to H2 to G4 after White had played the move H3. Black usually took it, and then this pawn that was on H2 will tag that one. It would go to G3, G4, and then G5, and it would be against a pawn structure such as this one. And these squares would be horrendously weak. So piece relocation techniques are very important to pattern. This is what makes very, very strong players good at bullet, because they'll see this knight is the worst placed piece. We're getting it to that square. So yeah, I learned about time in this position right here. Let's just talk about this. So picture this. I'm playing White. Okay, I'm playing White. I only knew the first 5 moves of theory, like bishop to b5, a6. That's all I knew for White's theory. And now in this position, I see knight takes e5, queen takes g4, and believe it or not, I do all this calculation. And if queen to h4, then queen to d7, checkmate with the help of the knight.
Hitting the time by the revolution of those nodes.
Right? Very footed nerf herder. Thank you. So, interestingly enough, basically I see knight takes e5, queen takes g4, and if queen h4, then I play queen to g7, I'm sorry, queen to d7, check with the help of the knight that's gone to e5. So I play my first move. And my opponent plays queen to h4, and then I suddenly realize the element of time in chess, getting a certain amount done with a certain number of moves before the opponent can get a certain number of moves in reply. So already I'm seeing that I'm being checkmated on the h2 square. This person, by the way, the person playing black became my best friend in chess after this. So I played rook to e1 to avoid checkmate on h2, and then I learned the second most important thing in chess is that there are 3 long-distance pieces on the board, not just one. There are 3 long-distance pieces on the board, and everything along that path. As my opponent played queen to h1 checkmate, I failed to realize that this rook was x-raying the h1 square through the queen the entire distance, the entire length of the board. So therefore, I learned about long distance pieces. There are 3 long distance pieces, and there are 3 very short moving pieces in chess. The pawn, the king, and the knight move 1 to 2 squares at most. And the queen, rook, and bishop move as far as they wish to in long straight lines. And that was my introduction to the unfortunate world of how the pieces move. I had to experience it firsthand. But needless to say, now immediately after the game, of course, I pointed out that I could have played f3, and my earnest opponent, Patrick Key, we're still friends on Facebook, told me he was just going to seal me up with g3. So he knew this whole line backwards and forwards, and he knew exactly what it was all about. There was no stopping it. I also had another great Ruy Lopez experience with Patrick Key. In a different tournament where we played this line, right? So knight takes. I was black again. Oh, in the last game I was white. In this game I was black. And he played castles, and I took the pawn on e4. He played d4. I took the pawn on d4, and then I once again learned about the strength of long-distance pieces. Long-distance pieces. And I knew already about the long-distance piece with the bishop, so I did not want to play d5 because of knight takes d4. I did not want to play d5 because the knight takes d4. I ended up playing the move f5, and my opponent played knight takes d4 anyway, and I was in some severe, severe trouble. I don't necessarily know if I fell for this, but I believe I did. I think I fell for this in this sense, and that he just took my bishop. And I'm still learning about this. I thought he had to take my knight with check, and it was going to be 2 pieces for a rook. I did not think about the fact that he could just take my bishop, and that was the end of the story. I was moving the same piece twice in the opening. I was breaking all the rules. Basically, so Paul 1e4 and Johnny McCure. Johnny, basically, we need to absolutely internalize those fundamentals. If you don't absolutely internalize those fundamentals, then we are in big, 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 big trouble. It's unfortunate that it happens like that. Now, after the game, my friend, Patrick Key, told me I could have played d5 and informed me of the famous Riga variation, which is recommended by another player.
Said, without fundamentals, everything you do comes crashing down.
Yeah, but not only that, it's like they have to be part of your breathing, and you can't even begin to know about the fundamentals. You're not allowed to know about the fundamentals. You're allowed to have them internalized like cell organisms just existing within your body. You have to be able to play chess without thinking about those fundamentals. You have to have them internalized to the degree. And that's usually where I would emphasize the difference between a trainer versus a coach and a teacher. A teacher in chess acquaints you with all of the things that you must, absolutely must know. That is the job of a teacher, to open your eyes to all of the possibilities of what you need to know. A trainer is one that makes those things a part of your metabolism on a routine and daily basis. A routine workout and a routine basis. A coach, on the other hand, so let's just say I visit Alexandra Semikanova, one of my favorite sweethearts in chess. She's such a tender, kind-hearted person. She's got to cut it out. I want her to be mean, like Lily Carizzi, like Angelica Chessboard, like Jules Gambit. She's got to be mean. She can't be nice. Johnny's a nice guy too. He's got to cut that out. Don't be a nice guy. Start like literally like going for your opponent's throat. And in chess, that's what you have to do. So she tells me at some point, Alexandra Semikanova, I think, oh, I have a coach, and we do this and we do that, and it's all very
Alexandra
nice.
was mean when she beat me on stream.
Oh yeah, that's good though. He was less than mean to me. I had more time, Johnny, in a game. We were playing. I think we were playing a bullet game. I had more time all the way up until the last few seconds, and then I just lost on time with more time on the clock. And I'm like, what? It was the famous chess.com reliable interface. I'm going to use that word very, very loosely. The reliable interface. Basically, quite crazy.
Johnny Armjucker
Said.
Yeah, I had
that S
3 to 5 seconds. She had 1 second on the clock. And I lost on time. And she's like, that's strange. How could you lose on time? You had more time than me. And I said the same thing. Only I wasn't really in the stream as a streamer. I could only chat it. Yeah, what happened? What's up with that? But I don't know that it wasn't the lag or if it wasn't the interface. So my opponent tells me about the Riga variation. And the Riga variation is here. Bishop takes h2 check. And this is very much a draw. I do want everyone to realize that in this position, Black does have the move. Castles, I believe. Is that true? Or do we have to play check one more time and then castles? Let's take it here. This can't be any good. Is it here? Castles, yes, it's in this position. Castles in this position. If king h1, then castles. But what happens on king h2? Is castle still good here too? No, it's not as good. King h1 is the one where you get all the tricks. Yeah, it only works against king h1. In any event, let's turn off the opening book and this one.
BRB.
So, the question that I have for us in this position is that after king h1, queen h4, this is a quiz for Johnny Mercure. We'll throw up our quiz timer for a moment. And we'll look at what is white to do here. Let's just flip this board for a moment. What is white to move and win? But the good news is you don't have to find the best move. You just have to throw out 3 moves that you think will be good. Not that easy, but you can throw out 3 moves that you think will be good in this position. And you will probably be okay to a certain extent. And I say okay very loosely.
Johnny E. Arm Joker.
Said. NE with a potential NF.
95, 93. Yeah. That was only 1 move. You need to give me 3 really fast. You have 45 seconds just to give me 3. So 95, 94 with the same idea. Yes. 94, 95, check. Both of those moves. So that's 2 candidate moves. 94, 95, and now another move. And you're going to find good moves, better moves, and hopefully you'll have the best move among your candidate moves.
Johnny E. Arm Joker.
Rook takes e4.
RXE.
After rook takes e4, it's check. D takes e4. That's the only new move. White to move.
Furry-footed nerf herder.
Said. The pinned knight can't re-support a pawn push on G but.
Right, furry-footed.
Furry-footed nerf herder.
Said. Is it fast enough to prevent castling?
Johnny E. Arm Joker.
Said.
Very good. Johnny's on it. This is a famous Capablanca game, by the way. Capablanca found the reputation to the Riga variation in this position here. Taking with check, king takes, and after king h2, I would say 20 years ago, 1996. I was 1996 when I played this variation as an offhand game on the internet chess club, chess.com, and I got checkmated as black in this position after playing f5 to get my pawn majority moving, right? It looks good. We get the pawn majority. We have 4 to 2 on this side. It is a very fun line. I see what's happening when I make moves and the sound of the moves on Lead Chess, they cut off the TTS every now and then. I think I have to have the speech chat in a different browser window than this one. But on the whole, San Malo was one of the places that I visited, Johnny, and I've got that background for the moment. And Mont Saint Michel I'd been to a long time ago. It's all very, very cool here. And I just love the fact that they have a nice... I like customizing Lead Chess as much as I can, right? And probably cut out all that stuff on the side here because we're still analyzing the right way. This was a game I played against my official chess stats. And my original intention was to iron out my repertoire as black with bishop f5. I also was hoping to find the Juwen Jun game, but Wang Yu and a number of Chinese players are playing this way as black. Like Anton Korobov, for example. Those guys like my move, c takes d4. But castle's queenside, beast mode. Like this just looks so lovely. So lovely. Oh, the other famous line for the is against the Ponziani. That was the one I was going to mention. So if you're playing against the Ponziani with c3, the silver bullet is very effective as black. Basically the d5 pawn push. Remember, anytime that white cannot put a cannot put a knight on c3 because of either a black pawn on d4 or a white pawn on c3, black can actually... Black can actually play the move d5 here as well. So in the straight c3 Sicilian, can play d5. Another common method, which is usually used, is the fact that the knight cannot come to c3, but knight f6 allows e5, and I'm not as huge a fan of the sadomasochistic methods here. I have to admit that the d5 push does not work as easily against the Smith-Morrick gambit. It just doesn't. White has a lot of advantages here.
Said, oh yet I think I played that Ponzi and E-line in one of my games maybe half a year ago. I need to check it out to be sure though.
You could definitely do that. Or you could play over Alekine's and Capablanca's games when they played it. But honestly, like queen takes d5, c takes d4, where you have to really be uber aggressive here.
Made a video about the C Sicilian. Elisa Malekina made a video about the C Sicilian.
Yes, she's played that all of her life. I tried to coach and train Elisa Malekina when she was Mark Arnold's age. Do I have those photos? Hold. Steady. I have some really old photos from back in the day. This is me very thin, up with a student, wearing a jean jacket. The jean jacket was my precursor to the blazer. Wow, this is like the old Adams Mark Hotel.
Oh wow.
The U.S. National Junior High Championships. John Michael, Anthony Set, Mr. Andro. Oh my God. All right. Those were the days. This is a picture I have to put on Discord. This one is me standing over the kids in an outdoor scene. I have to definitely put those up. So I have a picture of Elisa Malekina and Mark Arnold in 2002 in Argentina, I think it is. I'm sorry, 2003, because the Olympics, I think, was held in Athens in 2004. So it was before we went to Greece together in 2004. So Elisa Malekina has always played these openings that have never quite been the main lines. And it's a perfect example of someone not becoming a grandmaster because they were held back by their openings. They were basically, their wings were clipped from the open variations. Like she did become a very strong 2300 player. She did become a strong, I don't know if she made it to WGM. Did she make it to WGM? But she was always playing these gimmicky lines that are like C3 Sicilians and stuff like that. And I talked to her father. Her father was her coach. He knew best. And I was always trying to get him to let her go. He always had her in every under section to win the prize money, instead of in the open section, one section up, in order to learn from the better opponents. I was explaining this the other day to a billiards player.
Said, Elisa is an FM. She would be even stronger if she wasn't spending all that time on that lawyer stuff.
Yeah, but she is a very wealthy lawyer. She's got several business opportunities, and it is very cool. So this is a lot like the Chigorin defense. Here's, for example, the Chigorin defense, right? You can already see the Chigorin stuff in action. And after bishop to b4, you can see Daniel Dubov on the black side of this. This is quite entertaining to see. So bishop to b4, bishop d2, bishop takes c3, bishop takes c3, e4. Knight e5, this is absolutely the remedy for it, knight to e5. And now white has a number of lines that try to get black to mess up. Queen a4 check being the most aggressive. And after bishop d7, the secret move, the remedy for all situations, although I have a hard time believing in bishop to c6, is queen to e6. This is a hard move to find sometimes, but you just have to batten down the hatches. And after moves like rook to d1, like this is just so equal. I mean, black might screw up later on in the game and lose, but this is just so equal, these positions. Slightly easier for white to play, but so equal. castles. Bishop e2, knight f5, bishop c6. What can possibly go wrong? This is another one, Paul 1e4, where the queen just shifts across. We have a lot of latent threats. And we have bishops of opposite colors, and how bad can it be? There's a very cool and cute weakening of the back rank type tactic, but it's not enough to win. You can have your extra pawn. We're going to get all the way up there. We're going to get our extra pawn back. We're going to hang on to everything. This is quite lovely. Wow. Is he trying to win here? Rook takes b5, rook takes g2. Yes, he's trying to win. And with bishops opposite colors, it's still extremely hard to hold this game. So meanwhile, as it turns out, right? So we always have these options of playing d5. What else do we have? I think they're very common ones. Basically, you just have to prepare it. Anytime the white doesn't have enough control over d5, we're going to play d5. Anytime white cannot attain, we basically equalize. The silver bullet takes care of all of white's evil intentions. I call it the silver bullet because of the light square d5. This is all looking pretty good. This was my game, wasn't it? This was my game against my chess stats. And it's all over but the shouting at this stage. Checkers. And oops. So basically the opponent really didn't have an innate impression of...
That is a nice...
It is a nice discovery, thank you, Johnny. Quite crazy that I had anything here, right? Like, all of my pieces are in the game, and look at the rooks, right? The stronger player gets the rooks to the right squares at the right time. That's really what it's all about. That is what it's all about. One more time for those who are still here. If you've not yet subscribed to the YouTube, please do. If you've not yet imported our calendar of birthdays of all chess players and all notable chess personalities, including many streamers. I haven't gotten Johnny's birthday. I don't need the year, Johnny. I only need the birthday.
Johnny E. Armjuker
said. Haha th of July.
30th of July, the same day as Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Said. That will be a fun one to import.
So basically,
said. Oh really?
Let's do this. Control-0. Let's go to my Lead Chess profile. I don't know if it's going to come up here or if I have to do it on a team page. Comes up over there. Yeah, the calendar of events.
Said. You don't have Charlie Silva for January.
Johnny E. Armjuker
said.
I don't have Charlie Silva.
I see Aronin is also th.
Indeed. It's a tough call whether who to choose, right? So here, for example, if I click on this calendar link here, I think it comes up, and here we go. Now we can get it up and stream. Yeah, the second annual Nashville Summer Classic. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Fabiano Caruana. I don't know. I would like to know the... So in theory, you can copy this to your calendar.
Said, I can say I was born on the same day as Magnus.
November 30th for Paul 1E4. Very good. So yeah, I'm working extremely hard, Johnny, on gathering all the players. You say Charlie Silva. I don't know Charlie Silva. But I probably am just being less than intelligent.
Said, did you assume I meant Magnus Carlsen? I meant Magnus Rupp, of course.
Magnus Rupp. Indeed. So basically, Johnny, on the weekends, Judith Polgar's birthday is coming up. Every day, I basically promote the knowledge and awareness of our really, really good players. I've already penciled in Arnold Schwarzenegger's birthday for the 30th of July. I was watching his documentary on Netflix, Arnold, Be Useful. Be Useful.
Pronounced Rope.
Magnus Rupp. I do have Magnus Rupp, don't I? So of the World Champions birthdays, I'm only good through the 30th of July with the regular birthdays, and then the World Champions, and I have to actually add them all up. It only allows me to punch in arenas up to about 6 months ahead of time, so when I last did these, it was probably March.
Fall 1v4.
Said, no, he is a former hockey player, not a chess player.
Oh, Magnus Rupp. Fine. In any event, the rapid and classical. I recommend the dojo for daily training, especially if we play each other. Then you get a really good insight into our game. We'll always analyze the game afterwards if I have time. During the school year, I don't always have time, so I have to just apologize in advance. We're starting a little bit later now than 5:05. I'm going to try to... I'm still going to try to start the stream at 5:05 a.m. Definitely going to try to start the stream at 5:05 a.m. whether or not we get it all going. And the stream for the weekend at 8:05. So Peter Giannatos of the Charlotte Chess Center, absolutely lovely fellow. And where are we? Oh, we're at 3893. Can we get this at 3900? Perhaps after I drop off my grandson at his camp. That's probably the story. I should drop off my grandson at his camp. And I do owe a Marshall Chess Club stream. It was part of a sub goal. That I have missed out on, unfortunately. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, oh ho! What do we have here? International Chess Day. All right, we found our raid. This is going to be very interesting. Bear with me, everybody, as we do a Chessable raid. We will roll our ending credits. Thanks to Johnny for stopping by. Love you, buddy. It is great to have you. If you haven't joined the dojo, please do. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, now is the time. If you're not following me on my socials, what are you waiting for? If you're not in the Discord, get in there.
Said. It's been
Absolutely,
wonderful
sir.
being here. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Meanwhile, we're going to set up the raid for one of my favorite friends. I actually have a couple of YouTube games in my memorable games. One of them's in the can, available on the YouTube channel, against the perpetual chess podcaster, Ben Johnson. And here we go. Let's see what he does. I can't believe that he's available for streaming. No, but it's not dodgy. Check it out. It's my other favorite streamer. Hang with me as we roll the credits on the raid. We're going to roll the credits on the raid and the new follower, Furry-Footed Nerf Herder. Thank you. Thank you for the subscription, Johnny. And thank you, Kingslayer Sloan and Ujwal Basin. You've not yet.
Said. Oh yeah, he is streaming the festival, right? So Ben Johnson, I assume.
Exactly. My good friend Ben Johnson, and we taught together in New York City many, many years ago. So it's going to be great to drop in on him.
Said. Bye.
All right. Please, thanks for joining the raid. Cheers and ciao, everyone.
Said. Amazing.
Yeah, I've been around the block a few times. That's why I'm 3 times your age at 39, Johnny. Cheers and ciao, everybody.
So I play this double-edged move. Good job. Yeah, queen b6, I suspect, especially because the b pawn's already guarded and because my rook's on b8 and I want to go b5, I suspect that that it's not as good. Okay, so we're going to leave the quiz, although let's make sure I'm right. I don't want to be spouting nonsense. How do I see the eval after b5, Ruff?